Okay, good evening, everyone. So I had a little bit of a difficulty getting us started. That's why we're starting 4 minutes late, and I know that there's a little bit of a lag time. So if someone can hear me, when you can hear me and see me, shoot me a quick text message so that I know that this is good. I apologize if there's any choppiness or anything crazy on my end. This is something that we're testing out with our internet service, and so hopefully it works. And if it doesn't, then we're going to find a different solution for next week. But I am so excited to be entering into our phase 2 of our office makeover, and just getting back to building those basics with you guys each week, creating that consistency with you in your schedules, and just really like honing in on that skill set of building a solid client, customer base, whatever you want to call it, and really just teaching you some of those basic business skills. So I apologize. You guys can probably hear Grayson in the background screaming a little bit. It's been kind of a tough day for him. He's with Dad watching a movie, but he can probably hear me talking. So sorry if you guys hear him crying. He's fine. Dad is with him. Don't worry. I'm not ignoring my child. So as soon as I get a quick text message, we will get started here. Let me just post a quick reminder. All right. Here we go. All right, so sorry, I just want to make sure that this is working, that you guys can all see me, that I gave you the right link, because sometimes that's an issue. Okay, so that's there. We're going to go ahead and get started. I am so excited for our meeting tonight. Let me make sure I have my notes up in front of me. I spent some time going through some of my oldies and goodies and some different notes and pulling things together. So before we start with our training for tonight, I just want to make sure I do some quick housekeeping with you guys so you know what's going to be happening as we move forward with our trainings. Some of you are brand new in your business and some of you are very seasoned in business, and there's everybody in between. So I just want to thank you guys all from the bottom of my heart for being with me tonight and being on our training together. I know that it does take time out of your evening, but I guarantee that you're not going to regret the time that we're going to be spending together. Tonight is a really special night as we kick off our second phase for our office makeover, bringing, like I said, bringing back those weekly times to connect, celebrating our success all across the United States. Yes, our Boom Babes range all across the U.S., which is really exciting, and focus on bringing you the best training from real life experiences from myself, other mentors that I may bring in from time to time, and you guys, you as our consultants, have some amazing things, and I learn a ton from you guys all the time. So it's really cool that we're going to be pulling that all together for our trainings together each week. Before we start with our training for tonight, I want to go do some quick housekeeping. First, stay with me through the entire training. Okay, it's not that long, but just stay with me through the entire training. And when you text me the code word at the end, you're going to be entered into a drawing that's going to happen on next week's training. So yes, you need to come back next week to see if you won. And I always say if it's free, it's for me. So this is a free drawing. This is free training. My time is not free, but I am willing to give this time to you because I want to just share so much with you guys and help you develop just so much more strength in your businesses. So don't forget to text me the second you finish watching the code word, which I'm going to share with you guys at the end. So next, my calendar link is back up. So it's called You Can Book Me. I'll post the link in our unit page, but the calendar link is back up. It is updated. So if you want to book any type of training session, just some one-on-one time with me or a sharing appointment, it's much more specifically for sharing appointments, but any of those other types of appointments work as well. You have access to be able to book me and just book whatever is open. And if for some reason the times that are open don't work for you, go ahead and text me or box me and just say, hey, was wondering if this might work for you. I see it blocked off on the calendar, and sometimes I can make it work. Sometimes I just can't. But I am so excited to have that back up, rocking and rolling, because it makes all of our lives that much easier. Yes, we're going to be doing recognition on our weekly trainings together. It's going to be starting next week since I didn't have anything out for you guys yet. So I will have a Google Doc that's available for you to fill out, to share your success, and ask questions anonymously so that I can address either at the beginning or the end of each week's success classes together. Okay. So make this a priority. Make sure that you put this in. I am going to be sending you guys some reminders, but my job is not to remind you of these things. Your job is to just do them so that I can help you. And so if you have questions, somebody else does too. So please make sure that you submit those. This is one of the best ways that I can help you with your training outside of our one-on-one times together, and you're going to be able to get it right then and there so that you can implement it. It might be just a question from the day, and maybe we had a one-on-one training earlier in the day, but then we missed something, and so that's your time to ask that question. Or maybe it's something that you really think a lot of us could benefit from, and you want to ask that question so everybody can hear the answer, which I think is really awesome. So even if it's all zeros in the recognition portion, I don't care, okay? I want you to not only create that consistency in your schedule, but I want you to share with me where you're at so that we can be really realistic with your goals and where you're at in your business. So please turn those in. I'm going to be recognizing everything. So I'm just really excited to be doing that with you guys again. It's so much fun, and I know it meant so much for me to be able to get that recognition as a consultant, and I still as a sales director with our director meetings every single week that I attend with our national sales director. So yes, I do my own meetings. Yes, I attend my own meetings, and those are a priority for me in my schedule. So I hope that you guys can make it a priority in yours as well. The first big housekeeping thing outside of those two are attendance at your weekly local meetings, okay? So these meetings do not replace your local meetings unless you are here in Ames with me. Our schedule's a little bit different right now, but ladies, I cannot stress enough how important it is for you to stay plugged in into your weekly success meetings, okay? So for some of you, this right here is your weekly success meeting because you don't have something local or close to you. And for others of you, you have local meetings with phenomenal mentors and leaders and sales directors and up-and-coming leaders. And so make sure that you keep those as your priority. This is added and extra, but I want to make sure that you're connected with us too so that you know what's going on. The environment, the training, the camaraderie, the skill development is crucial to your businesses. And if you notice, the consultants who do not miss a meeting or a facial event, they're in their red jackets, they're working towards DIQ, they're in DIQ, they're driving a free car, they're earning their free car, they're brand new sales directors or they're seasoned sales directors, they're pink Cadillac sales directors and top trip directors and national sales directors. And so if those are some things that you want to achieve in your business, make this a priority for you, okay? So start with your schedule, make time to invest in you, and make arrangements to be at the meeting with no excuses and no distractions every single week. So if this is your weekly meeting, if you don't have something close, make sure that it's on your calendar, you have an alert in your calendar, and if you do have a life of distractions, make sure that you find a place where you can really just focus for anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour, okay? So I have distractions too, and you'll notice that my door behind me is closed and there's a movie and Dad in the other room with Grayson. So I make sure that I can be 100% with you guys. So I'm asking that you're 100% with me, okay? So have you ever heard the term monkey see, monkey do? Same thing is going to apply to your Mary Kay business. So if you guys have teams, if you're building teams, or if you want to build a team, if your team members see you making this weekly meeting a priority, they're going to make it a priority in their businesses as well. If they see you making weekly success meetings in person a priority, they're going to make them a priority as well. So just again, monkey see, monkey do. So you set the example for what you want from your teams and your future units to follow suit. Okay, so that's a big deal. The second thing is bring guests to every single meeting. So most, not all, but most weekly meetings have some sort of a guest facial makeover, product launch, something like that event. We don't really call them events. They just kind of happen every single week. Some of them are much more event-ish than others for you to bring guests to. So you can learn while you earn, and it's amazing. I took advantage of it as a consultant and still as a director. And it's one of those things, like every single week I had to have guests, and I made sure that I warm chatted or I did something to get those guests there. And yes, I'm going to help you guys with some of that training down the road. We're going to start with something very specific first, and some of that training is going to come later, but make sure that you bring guests. If you're in the Ames area, we hold our guest facials on Tuesday nights, or guest whatever type of facials or product appointments or whatever, every Tuesday night at 6:30. So you guys are going to see those details in our Ames page, our Facebook page. But this is our Tuesday night training. This is the training portion, but it's also where you actually get to put your training to work with me. And so our training is on Sunday nights, and then we get to apply it and implement it on Tuesdays together with your guests. So your sales directors, myself included, are here to help you develop your skincare classes and your businesses in their entirety. And so everything from the open to the close to the lead generation to all of that stuff, you guys. And we can't help you unless we have a guest to practice on or something to go do with you, because that's how you're going to learn the best. Yes, you can read. Yes, you can watch. Yes, you can learn. Yes, you can plan and plan and plan and plan and plan and plan. But until you implement and you work, it's not really going to come into fruition. Okay. So if you're struggling in your classes or in your business, bring a guest to us and we will help you and show you how to do this, okay? So I can't stress that one enough. The third one is leadership and company events. Okay, so you guys, ladies, this is the party of the year. You don't want to miss the party scene in Atlanta. This year at Leadership, it's called Poplanta, because there's a lot of fun poppy things that we're doing, including a tour of the Coca-Cola facility, which I think is really awesome. And so with the company's limited time promotion, I don't know if you guys have seen this. If you have not, then you're living under a rock and I don't know where you're at, but you only have to have eight active team members to submit for DIQ. They took away the requirements of being a star. So everyone and anyone right now in our unit is eligible, because all you need to do is go find those 8 people and help them get active. You guys, seriously, anyone can submit for DIQ on October 1st, which is insane. And it's just so amazing that they've opened this up. This is like the biggest gift to you for your business. If you're wanting leadership, or if you want to see if leadership's for you, if you want to develop that skill set. So now is the time for you to get in and get done, whether you want to drive a pink Cadillac or just have a consistent customer base and business. You do not want to miss the training event in Atlanta at Leadership. It's going to be phenomenal. So the food is also phenomenal, by the way. You don't want to miss that part, because I'm a foodie and that's great. And you guys, I don't care if it's 8 active or 8 crazies. Like, all it takes is 8 right now to get you into those qualification periods, to get you in and get you through. And so you can be in Atlanta with us in January, not miss it. It's absolutely phenomenal. And you get free leadership registration when you finish, and finish by January 1st. So you complete everything by January 1st. So make this happen for you guys. If leadership is on your brain, or message me so we can, make a plan of action and get directorship ongoing for you, okay? Or get it going for you. So now those are some of the basics I wanted to get covered, and some of the business things I wanted to get covered. So let's start our training for tonight. I've got my notes in front of me. I might grab a couple from around me as well. But I want to start our training for tonight and open our training with a note that I wrote back in 2013. Now, stay with me, okay? I'm not going to get crazy or emotional or like too hard or head focused right now, but I thought this was really powerful. So Jay and I have gone through a lot of our stuff. We're purging a lot of our stuff, just getting rid of all the extra that we don't need. Combining our households, like we have a lot of doubles and we have a lot of stuff that we've just been moving around because we didn't know what to do with it. And so we decided to just kind of get things in and out and off, and just out of the place. But one of the many boxes that I have is filled with old training notes and different memorabilia from my business. And so I started going through it earlier this week, and there was this binder, and I remember this binder from a couple years, actually many years back, and it was filled with all of the things that I had done so far, from different sales to different promotions to different trainings that I had done, and different organizational things that I had tried. Like, this binder is huge. I should have brought it to show you guys. It's massive. But I found this note and I wanted to share it with you because it's just really, really powerful. So I'm going to read it to you, and then I'm going to share with you why I'm sharing this with you. So just stay with me, okay? It's titled, "What is Success to Me?" This is written by me, February 16th of 2013. So like I said, it's been a few years. All right, so I'm just going to read this to you. So success is defined by many people in many different ways. For me, success is happiness, love, and fulfillment, being absolutely in love with what you're doing in life, and love and fulfilling your purpose, your calling, and your spirit. My parents taught us to work hard, do the best we can, and never quit until the job is done. Since I was 15 years old, I've been setting goals and smashing them with my odds and ends jobs. I started working in a juice bar at our local nugget markets in Woodland, and I had to earn my way to getting my first cell phone, not only in hours work, but also grades in school. Same goes for getting my first car. I had to hold a job for at least 6 months, and I ended up working there for 3 years. I thrive in sticky situations, and when I literally have no other choice than to succeed, failure has never been an option. I was the only person from my high school class to be accepted into UCLA, and so of course, I braved the big city of angels all by my lonesome. It was the best and hardest decision I could have ever made. The city was rough as a youngin', and I'm not afraid anymore to admit that I did fall, and I fell hard. But never did I fail. I let my emotions and thoughts in conjunction with my surroundings affect me in such a negative way that at one point I even considered removing myself from the world. No one would care. No one cared anyways. That was the story that I was telling myself. I struggled with the severe disorder of bulimia for almost 6 years, a very negative self-image, no confidence, and definitely no self-worth, although on the outside, I looked like I had it all together. I allowed some of the most atrocious things happen to me, especially in my relationships, because I just didn't care anymore or feel like I deserved anything more than just to settle. Who would love a broken, beaten soul like mine? Again, the story that I was telling myself. The reason for this detail is not to brag, if that can even be the right word to use, but to impress upon how far I've come and how this amazing business of Mary Kay has opened my eyes and my heart to a stronger me, a stronger will, and the most important, the confidence to know exactly what I want and deserve in life the best. This is what I want to pass on and look forward to see in my future offspring directors, consultants, and their units, or even to the stranger that I warm chat and who never responds. I will make people feel special each and every day, and I too will have the bloodiest needs of all, just as Mary Kay did. I'm still breaking personal belief barriers with each and every little success of every day. The time already spent and the time that will be and is being put into my Mary Kay business allows me to be unstoppable. A day in my future will look something like this. My Prince Charming and I will wake up to our beautiful children. I'll take as many as I can, our family pets, and spend breakfast time all together. My husband will be retired thanks to Mary Kay, my Mary Kay business, but still be able to enjoy whatever hobby he chooses. I will be an inner circle national sales director. We will travel with our children, raise our children together, and teach our children God's word and the entrepreneurial spirit. We will all have dream boards each year, with one of my biggest dreams to send my children to college, if they so choose, debt-free. We will be living near a beach somewhere and have a cabin up in the mountains for fun summer and winter weekends. Most of all, we will have trust, love, open communication, and an unbreakable family bond. This is my success. Now, why do I share this with you? Because there is power in writing our visions, okay? So what you see now and where you see yourself going, this is one of those exercises I would highly encourage you to take on and to help you be crystal clear on the vision that you have for your life and the vision on how your business is going to fit in to this vision, what you can look back on, and just remember how awesome you are if you're ever feeling down, okay? Because you have done a lot in your life, and I'm sure that you've overcome a lot of things. And so, you know, if you're an overcomer, that's something to be proud of, that you can remind yourself, like, hey, if I can do this, I can do this too, you know? This is your life, and you guys only get one chance at it. I'd rather take the risk than look back and wish I had done something differently. And I'm going to give you guys some questions to ask yourself as you're developing this. But for those of you who know me and know my story, know kind of where I'm at, the craziest thing about this, you guys, is I wrote this in 2013. And the ending of my note, portions of it are true, that have come true. And it's just really crazy, and it gives me goosebumps every single time I read it, because my Prince Charming and I wake up to our beautiful children every single day. I went from 0 to 3 overnight. I'm a bonus mom to 2 beautiful girls who actually just left to go back home today, which is always a sad time, but we get to wake up every single morning and we get to have breakfast together. You guys, that was the first sentence in my vision for my future. My husband will be retired thanks to my Mary Kay business, but still be able to enjoy whatever hobby he chooses. This one is also true because we brought Jay home in the beginning of May. He's no longer working. He just is going to school. He wants to be Dr. Dad, which I think is so amazing. But he has a brilliant business brain. And we've actually been able to bring him into the office, and he's helping me behind the scenes with different numbers and statistics and all those crazy big things as we prepare to become a national area. And so that's the third sentence in my vision for the future, is to be, I will be an inner circle national sales director. Oh, the goosebumps, you guys, seriously. And so this is where we are headed. This is what we're working on. We're not there yet. We're not even close. But here's what I know, is that the fact that I have those first two sentences that have come true, those are powerful. And I know the rest will be our reality as long as I am willing to continue to push forward. And I know the devil is strongest when you're closer to those breakthroughs. And so I am just looking forward to what he has to bring to me, because I know that we're going to make it through it no matter what it be. And so here are some questions for you to ask yourself and develop something like this for you. Now, whether you share this with your sales director, if I'm your sales director or your mentor or whoever, that's your choice. But I encourage you to share it with someone who's close to you, who supports you, who loves you, who appreciates you, and who wants to help you in your Mary Kay business. Because if they know your vision and your dream, they can help to remind you of where you're going if you forget or if you get lost along the way. So my first question is, what is success to me? I'll repeat that if you guys are taking notes. What is success to me? The next one is, what is an obstacle in my life I have overcome? What is an obstacle in my life that I have overcome? What did you learn from this time in your life? What can this lesson help you with in your business? And then describe your perfect day. From waking up to going to bed, who is by your side? And if you don't know who that is yet, what do they look like? Who do you want to be by your side? Do you have kids? Do you have fur kids? Where are you living? What are you doing? What is your quality of life? Is it different than what it is today? So those are some questions. And I'm just going to leave that there for you guys, because I think that's just such a powerful thing for you to have for you, for your business. And that's not something that needs to be shared, but that's just something that I hope and I pray that you take the time to really sit down and write and develop for you. Okay. So now, Mary Kay Ash said herself that nothing happens until somebody sells something. So let's get to selling. I've got so much to share with you guys over the next coming weeks to help you cultivate a strong client base and foundation for your business, which I'm going to share with you, like I said, over the coming weeks and months. But first, we're going to start at the end, which sounds kind of weird and backwards. But one of the biggest and most common concerns, like hands down, biggest common concerns that I hear from brand new and even seasoned beauty consultants is, my transition seems so awkward, okay? And so I'm here to tell you that they're going to continue to feel awkward until you do more of them, okay? There's just really nothing that's going to get you through it until you do more of them. But I'm going to give you something that may help you. So hopefully this is a gift to you. I have been taught that the more you get people to smile, laugh, and say yes, the more they will buy. So when you're at an appointment and just lecture, they're only going to retain 20% of what you say. So if I think of like the Peanuts cartoon where it's like, wah, 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 wah. Think about you. Like if you're just sitting there and just giving them, like spewing out information, and there's no laughs or giggles or like smiles, or if you're not having fun, they're not having fun. Okay. So, they only retain 20% of what you say. Now, if you get them to interact with you by smiling, nodding, laughing, or crying, they're going to retain up to 80% of what you say. And hopefully they cry because of something that was really powerful that you shared, not because you're mean to them. You guys aren't mean. But anyways, just wanted to just throw that funny little thing in there. And you guys, this starts from the first time that you connect with your hostess. So through your continued customer service and after they become your client, this continues. So this whole mindset continues all the way through your business, especially in your client base. Yes, with your team members as well, but this is more, I'm really focusing on helping you cultivate that strong client base and the sales and that extra income for you and your business, because it's one of those things that you have control over. Okay, you have control over your sales, you have control over your client base, and you have control over that aspect of your business. And that is where you're going to be making the most money. Okay. until you decide to build your team and go into more of a leadership role. Then you have that second source of income. But we all start to make money. And right off the bat, it's from our sales, okay? So I'm going to walk you through some of these things. There's going to be a lot of different levels of training that we're going to be going through, but I want to start with this mindset and this concept because it's something that has definitely blessed me throughout my entire business, and I'm going to share it with you. And it may seem so silly and so like, well, duh, Rebecca, but it's one of those things that first goes out the window when we feel our nerves kind of bubbling up or any fears or anything like that. But this is the concept. Your only goal when booking and coaching in your skincare class or in the follow-up is to make them feel important. Mary Kay trained her sales force when she was still alive, and to this day, I hold this very true in my heart that everyone wears a sign around their neck that says, make me feel important. Every single training that I've heard of Mary Kay or people reflecting of Mary Kay, they shared that she made them feel like they were the only person in the room. And that is why her company is so successful, because she makes people feel important in such a big world. They feel like number one amongst billions of people, okay? Which is so, so powerful. So take yourself, take your goals, take your life that's happening to you outside of your Mary Kay business, because everyone has life happening to them, including myself, and throw it out the window. Okay, throw it out the window. When you make your appointment about them and only about them, your business and your bank account is going to thank you. And I promise you, it's going to thank you a lot. And there's 4 reasons why people book with you. I don't know if you guys know these 4, if you've ever heard them before. There are 4 reasons why people book an appointment with you from the beginning. Number 1, it's something fun for them to do. It's something for them to escape their boring reality. For 90 minutes, they get to spend some time doing a facial, pampering themselves, learning about something amazing. They don't know those things yet, but it's something fun for them to do to escape their boring reality, all right? Number 2 is they need it. They need a facial, or they need a makeover, or they need something, okay? 3 is the free product, okay? So if you're doing a hostess program, or if they like entered to win something, or if they were just chosen to get a free $20 gift card, whatever it is, the free product, okay? And then number 4 is to help out a friend. So those are the 4 main reasons people book with you for an appointment. And so in the coming weeks, I'm going to help you with your confidence and hold rates of your bookings, and again, tons of other training. But I'm going to start at the end and work backwards of your classes, okay? So many times I hear, and when I talk about the awkward transitions, it's usually going from, okay, we finished our skincare class, now what do we do? And how do we like not make this awkward, okay? And so so many times I hear that consultants are completely confident, like 100%. Like I ask them on a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being, I really need some help in this area, like I don't know what I'm doing at all, or 10 being, I got this, like piece of cake, walk in the park, right? So they go from a 10 or 8 or 9 or something, somewhere in the 8, 9, 10 range to like 0 when they get to the close. And so my question is, why is this? It's the last thing that's practiced. Think about it. It's the last thing that's practiced. We focus so much on making sure that they get all this information about the products that they most likely are never going to remember. Just remember that. But we focus on practicing all of these things, and then we forget to practice the most important thing, the close. It's where you make your money. It's where you have your team members start their businesses. It's where you share that opportunity and layer them even more. So this is where we're going to start, because I think it's the most important thing, the open and the close. We're going to start with the close of your Mary Kay party. It doesn't matter what party it is. It's the close, and it's crucial, okay? So how on earth do you make this less awkward? I hear this all the time. So first, I want you to check your mindset, okay? So here it is. And this might feel like tough love for some of you guys, but seriously, check your mindset. If you think it's awkward, it's going to be awkward, okay? It goes along with the quote, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right, okay? So the same thing, if you think it's awkward, it's gonna be awkward. If you don't think it's awkward and it's the best thing ever, it's gonna be the best thing ever, okay? So check your mindset. Check what you're telling yourself about this portion of your skincare class, because it is the most important part. And it's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be that time where you get to set that intimate, those building blocks of a relationship, building of trust, building of confidence in the products that you have, building in their confidence of you as a business owner. And so it is the most important, okay? Here's the deal. From the beginning, you inform your hostess on the booking call that there will be deals and discounts offered, but there's no obligation to purchase any products, correct? And if you're not doing that, we need to talk about your bookings, which is a whole different training that we will be doing. But let's take this one step further. And when you're opening your class, you give them a quick agenda of what to expect. I do this at every appointment, and I think it just takes the guessing game out of it for them and just the confidence for you. So you're setting the agenda of what to expect. So when you set the expectations, it kicks that awkwardness to the curb. Now your guests know, and when you don't make it a big deal, it's not a big deal. I always put chocolate in the goodie bags, and I always tell them that I have gifts and goodies for everyone. We're going to be doing our quick individual consultations at the end. That's your time to ask questions, talk about products, take anything home if you want to, and or possibly talk, set up a time to grab a cup of coffee or talk more about the business opportunity and how it may fit into your life, which I'll explain in a little bit. And so so that's the end of the agenda that I set. So when I first open this, I say, hi, I'm Rebecca. I'm so excited. Our hostess over here, Susie, knows exactly what to expect because we talked on the phone. But for all of you guys who are here because it's a free facial and we love free, I apologize if you thought that you were going to get like a half-naked man fanning you with banana leaves and feeding you grapes. And fortunately, you get me, who's a fully clothed woman, but I'm awesome and I know what I'm doing with your skin. So I'm going to give you a quick agenda of what to expect. First, I'm going to give you my 90-second snapshot on why Mary Kay is awesome. Whether you love this or hate this, I don't care. All I want is you to be pig cheerleaders for life. Number 2 is I'm going to walk you through your facials. You're going to feel amazing. We're going to take a couple snapshots. It's going to be awesome. You're going to rock it, and you're going to feel great afterwards. Number 3, I'm going to go over some deals and discounts because who doesn't love deals and discounts? Reminder, there's no obligation to purchase anything. You can run if you want to, but that's going to hurt my feelings, so don't do that. And then number 4, I'm going to go over a quick story just to close everything out with you guys. We're going to do some quick individual consultations. That's your time to ask questions, purchase products, talk about the business or anything else that you may have that I don't cover in our time together. And yes, there are gifts and goodies for everybody, complete with chocolate. All right, so who's heard of Mary Kay? That's my intro. That's my agenda that I give to them. So they have no questions and they're expecting to come and have an individual consultation with me and get their chocolate, okay? Little do they know that I have 7 questions prepared for them. So it's not a big deal though, right? It was fun and I was smiling the whole time, and they're excited about it because it was quick, it was to the point, and it shows confidence because I am in control of the appointment, okay? So we're gonna fast forward from the open and setting the agenda to the close. I'm gonna give you 12 commandments of the close just to help you guys in this aspect because I feel like it's such a struggle. So now that we've set the agenda, we're at the end of the appointment, and we've done our deals and discounts. We've shared our iStory and a little bit about the marketing. And so when you're starting your individual closes, you want to take the most excited person or your hostess back first, okay? I usually take my hostess back first because she gets a gift card from me, and she's going to use that gift card. And so if she sets the tone for the party of, hey, I'm going to use my gift card, I'm going to get product, she's going to take product back to the table, that sets the tone that more people are going to buy product because she purchased product and she took it back to the table for people to ooh and ah over, and now they want their own, okay? So that's a big thing. But make sure that you guys take somebody who's excited back first so that you don't have a Debbie Downer kill it for the rest of the group. Now, when I say take them back, when you first get to an appointment, you want to make sure that you look around the room and set up a place where you could do the individual consultation. So not a group close, not sitting around the table all together because money and makeup don't mix, okay? And so if Susie over here wants to buy the queen bag, but Emily over here wants to buy the queen bag, but she can't, that's going to make Emily feel not so great about herself and her financial situation. So that's why we do those things individually. I don't want to be mixing money and all that stuff on the same table. And so the other thing is that you get to get them away from the rest of the group so that they can make their own decisions without being influenced by anyone around the table. Whether it be positive or negative, that doesn't matter, but you really want to make sure that you have that individual one-on-one time with them to help develop your relationship, your trust, and share your confidence in your opportunity and your products and your business with the woman or the man sitting across the table from you, okay? So the 12 commandments of the close. So have a separate place, take them over, and we'll just, I usually just say, okay, we're just going to go one by one. Susie, our hostess, we're going to start with you because you're a hostess with the mostest. Come on over, bring your profile and your deals and discount sheet, and we'll go sit over here and chat for a couple seconds. I don't bite, something like that. All right, so back to the 12 commandments. So I'm going to go through these pretty quickly. I'm going to keep us to less than an hour tonight. So yes, you're welcome. It's going to be awesome. We're going to run through this really fast though. So 12 commandments of the close. Number 1 is teach on your feet and close from your seat. All right. So number 1, I'm going to repeat that. Teach on your feet and close from your seat. Now, what do I mean by this? If you're in a group of people, a big group of people, you're on your feet, you're up and down, you're doing things. If I have a smaller group of people, like 5 or 6 people, a lot of times I will sit with them, but if you ever watch me do a skincare class, if I'm sitting with my people, I'm sitting on the edge of my chair, I am up, I am ready, and I am alert. So they know that I'm still commanding the room just by my body language. I don't have to tell them that I'm commanding the room, but I am on the edge of my seat or I'm on my feet depending on how loud my group is. And if my group loses the attention with me, I usually stand up and I continue teaching to grab their attention and bring it back on me. Okay. So teach on your feet, close from your seat. So when you're closing, your individual closes, your body language says so much, you guys. And so when you're sitting, you're sitting across from your person, you're not in her bubble, so you're at a good like normal distance away from her. You're not sitting face forward and face straight onto her. You're a little bit cocked off to the side because that gives her dominance in the conversation. So you switch from being dominant in your skincare class to letting your person be dominant in the individual close. You're still controlling it, but she feels like she's in control of the decisions that she's making at this point. So a little bit cocked to the side. You can have your hands on your lap, not crossed arms, not crossed legs. So if you guys know how to sit like a lady, you put your whichever way you're directed, your inside leg is crossed underneath your outside leg. Your heel just kind of sits there. So that's the way that you can cross your legs if you want to, but still not be closed off to them. You don't want to have anything closed, okay? So that they can see that you're open, that you're honest, and you're being truthful with them. So there's that. The other thing is, at this point, if you sat in your skincare class, you're not going to be sitting on the edge of your seat anymore. You're going to be sitting back. Okay, you're going to be sitting back, you're going to be sitting relaxed, and you're going to give her that dominant position. So if you need to sink a little bit, obviously you're not going to look like a slob, but sometimes I'll even sit on my knees in front of them if they're on the couch or like there's an ottoman in the center. Like I will sit on my knees, like I'm not above that. And so because that gives them control over the situation. I went to a facial with a consultant over the weekend, and we were doing individual consultations outside on the little deck, and it felt too claustrophobic. It felt like there were 2 people kind of like attacking her. And so I actually walked myself all the way down the stairs on the grass, and I stood on the grass and I was looking up at them, helping to answer questions. But that gave the client the control. Okay, that gave her that sense and that feeling of comfort that she's like, okay, I'm in control. Like the boss lady's down there, like we're good, So that's a big thing, you guys, is your body language. And so I should probably take some pictures and give you guys some examples, but hopefully you guys can kind of see that through the video of what I mean by teach on your feet and close from your seat, and the importance of your body language, making sure that, you're not crossed, you're not closed off, you're not sitting there with the RBF going on, you're having that smile on your face as you go through your individual close. Number 2 is present in writing. Put it on paper. So what do I mean by this? Have a closing sheet. I don't care if it's the one from the company. I don't care if it's the deals and discount sheets that we've made or the new and updated one that we have, but have something there. Have something there for you to reference. Have it in writing so that it can be nicely presented to somebody so that they can make decisions, because it's going to, visual aids will help you in your sales. I promise, I promise, I promise, I promise. And my whole mindset with doing deals and discounts is I give them deals and discounts on their initial investment. And then after that, my goal is to help them add products into their regimen, whether it be makeup or skincare or body care, so that they're working with at least 10 Mary Kay products that they have fallen in love with. And those other 10 products they're going to be buying at full price or when I do sales a couple times throughout the year. Okay, so that's the goal, but I want to get them on the skincare. I want to get them hooked. I want them to fall in love with it. And I'm okay to give them a little bit of a discount in the beginning. I don't feel like it's lessening our products by any means, because I'm gonna show them the confidence and the quality of the product as we develop our relationship, if that makes sense. So present in writing, have your closing deals and discount sheet if you do deals and discounts, or just the one from the company. Like I said, I don't care. Everybody runs their business differently. So whatever works for you is fine, but just have something there that shows them something simple, okay? And I can give you guys some of those examples as we go through more training. Number 3 is communicate clearly. And so this is where I forgot to bring it down with me. Shoot. Yeah, I did. Okay. Anyway, so there's this thing called the 7-point close. It's amazing. It's literally 7 questions on a piece of paper. And in the beginning of my business, I had this clipped to my little clipboard. It was like clipped. It was there. Like it didn't move. It stayed there. And I had my sales slips on the top of the clipboard. Okay. And so I had my 7 questions. I had my sales slips right there. And so I could ask them those questions in order. And there's a psychology in the process that goes behind it, which I'm going to do a total different training on. But those 7 closed questions, doing them in order, shows confidence and knowledge in your business. And so just make sure that you have that communication. If you have it memorized, awesome. If you don't have it memorized, you have no idea what I'm talking about, print it off, put it on a pretty little clipboard, have your sales slips there, and the literature that you need to have on that clipboard so that you look organized, which is another one of my points as we go through this. Number 4 is make eye contact. Okay, I've already talked about body language, but if you're talking to your hostess and you're like looking down at your paper, like fidgeting or looking through stuff, and you don't look at her, you guys, that's not trustworthy. You're trying to build trust with your clients. They need to trust you that you're going to give them what you say you're going to give them. And so really work on developing good eye contact habits. And if you need to practice on somebody who you love in your life, or your friend, and just say, hey, like, you don't even need to say, hey, just do it. Like, just start making sure that you have that connection. And because that also shows confidence for you. If you're not able to connect and hold somebody's eyes, it shows a lack of confidence on your end, or something that can't be trusted. And so you really want to make sure that your clients can trust you, and that eye contact and the eye contact and the body language are huge giveaways if you're not confident, or if they feel like they can't trust you. It's really, really crazy to see how it can affect a close, okay? Number 5 is be prepared. Be organized. I do struggle from this from time to time, but here's the deal, you guys. When you're prepared and you're organized, you know everything, where everything is at, your people are like, wow, she's got her stuff together. I'm excited to do business with this chick. She knows what she's doing. Versus you walking in like a hot mess, and 10 bags later and you don't know where anything is. It takes you 10 times longer to do an appointment. You guys represent yourself in our company with the highest ethics, integrity, and image, okay? So be prepared, be organized. If you need a checklist of what you need to bring to your skincare class, create one for yourself, or I also have one that I can give to you if you need it, okay? 6 is use humor. Y'all, I use the same jokes in almost every single class, and people laugh and people love it. And so I'm going to be doing a training with a live skincare class, but you know, on my booking calls, for example, I'm talking to them, and I go over, I just want to share the quick details of what to expect for the appointment, and then we'll go ahead and get your appointment booked. And so I say, when we first get together for the appointment, you guys are all first custom matched with foundation. That's the only makeup that we do. Everything else is strictly skincare. And then from there, this is my joke, from there, I don't know if you're like me, but I absolutely hate strangers touching my face. And they always are like, yeah, like, I don't know why, they just do, and they respond. And so we're breaking a little bit of ice from the beginning. Remember what I said in the beginning of our training. You are in sales from the second you talk to them or make that first initial connection, through them being in your client base for life, okay? And you're selling yourself. You're selling yourself. And so, you know, that little comment, I say it at every single booking, and they're like, oh yeah, I do hate strangers touching my face. Or yeah, they're like, oh yeah, like, I'm totally there. And then we have a quick laugh, and then I keep going with the details. And so it's just that little icebreaker. And that's an icebreaker that's worked for me, and I figured it out. And so it may work for you. It may not work for you. Maybe you love people touching your face. I don't know. But here's the deal. You find your humor, and you find those things that work best for you, okay? And so that's a big thing to help break that ice and break any awkwardness or things like that. Number 7 is stop at the first no when it comes to your sales. So as you're going through your 7-point close, and you're like, is there anything that you'd like to take home with you tonight? And she's thinking, oh yeah, well, I'm thinking about this one or this one. I'm not quite sure if I want to do both, but these are the things, like, what would you recommend? And I'll tell her my recommendations or whatever we're at. And she'll probably make a decision. I'll say, okay, awesome. Well, this doesn't come with the primer if it's like the cleanser, the moisturizer, and the foundation for set A. Doesn't come with a primer. Is that something that you want to add? And she'll say yes or no. Now, if she says no, I'll be like, okay, great, not a problem. So you just want to stick with this and this and this. Is that what I'm hearing? And she'll be like, yes. Or she'll say, I don't know. Maybe I want the primer. And so I confirm with her, and then we write up her sales ticket, and then we move on to the next question. Now, if she says yes to the primer, I say, awesome, I'll go ahead and add that. Is there anything else that you're running low on in your makeup bag or your skincare? Anything else that you'd like to throw in there? So that you can get the best deal or discount on your products for tonight. And you just kind of go from there. Once you get that no, though, I usually confirm, okay, so this is what you want to take home with you tonight. Awesome. How do you want to pay for that? Cash, check, or charge? And you just let it go, because I don't want you guys to be trained to be the sleazy car salesman, you know, like the greasy slick back hair car salesman. Like, we are here to represent our company with, again, the highest ethics and integrity and image. And that image goes in conjunction with how you present yourself in your sales. So if you're going to be that pushy salesperson, people aren't going to want to buy from you, because every single time you call, they're going to say, oh, she's going to try to make me buy $200 worth of stuff. I don't want $200, so I'm just going to completely ignore her phone call. That's not what we want. We want our people to be excited for us to call them and say, hey, how's your skin doing? How's your family? How's your dog? Is your kid okay now? Like, is there anything you're running low on? Awesome. It's just a quick phone call to check in, and I can deliver your products tomorrow. You know, that kind of a thing. So stop at the first no. We're not pushing them. Number 8 is stay with your buyer. Don't leave them in the middle of the 7-point close to go get this thing or go get that thing. That goes back to being organized. So have your stuff in your little corner where you're doing your individual consultations. Stay with them. One of the biggest things that I see people do is they break that connection with their person. After they fill out their sales slip, they go get the product, and then they come back and they say, here. And then they try to ask them for a share, or they try to ask them about the business. But at this point, you've broken that connection. For them to actually book a sharing appointment, you've like completely almost diminished their chances of setting up something with you or moving forward with that. You're going to have to do more layering on the back end because you broke that connection. And so I think one of the biggest things in that makes us a strong recruiting unit is because that's one of those things that I train you guys on from the beginning. As you go through those 7 questions, you don't break that connection. Once you've finished every single question, including setting up a second appointment and or a sharing appointment with coffee date, whatever, then you go get products for them, or then you go get something else for them, or then you give them their goodie bag at the end. So you wait until the end to go do those things. So don't break the connection. Don't leave in the 7-point close for any reason, unless like somebody's like having an emergency. Okay. Number 9 is always treat prospects like buyers. So the consumer is always right? And we love on them. We love on them. All prospects, all people that you meet, they are potential clients for you. You guys, everybody has skin. Most people do, okay? So you always treat them with a sign around their neck that says, make me feel important, to every single person you come in contact with. So always treat them like your buyer. Always treat them like your client or customer, okay? Number 10 is stay confident. So by having these things set in place, it's going to help you with your confidence. But the more you practice this, the more you go out and do these things, you're going to build your confidence in it quite a bit, okay? Number 11 is be positive. I don't care what's happening at home. I don't care what happened at your job. You stay positive because you have an amazing opportunity to give to somebody else. And why is it okay for you to rob them of that opportunity? Because you have a negative attitude, okay? So figure out a way to fix your mindset or your attitude so that it's positive, so that you are there with the one goal in mind. What's that one goal in mind? To make it all about them. To make it all about them, okay? That is your mission in your skincare classes. Be positive. And number 12 is you negotiate with a smile. Okay, you negotiate with a smile, you overcome objections with a smile. I have a whole training on overcoming objections that's coming. I have all of my documents right here, which I'm going to share with you guys on one of our next trainings. But negotiate with a smile. So, you know, even if she's not too sure about things, you say, you know what, it's totally fine. We can take some time. Let's figure out what you need for you, or whatever it may be, you guys. So you negotiate with a smile. You guys will notice when I'm talking about my booking calls, when I was going through that little humor portion, if you were watching or paying attention, you noticed that I had my hands moving, that you saw a smile on my face. And so that's one of those things that I learned from the beginning of my business. I actually practiced my scripts in front of a mirror because I had a really, really, really bad RBF. And if you guys don't know what that means, it's resting bitch face. Side note. Hopefully your kids aren't watching. So I have a tendency of having really bad RBF, and it's not that I am a bad person or a mean person. I am a thinker. Okay, I'm a thinker, and so thinkers can have a tendency to kind of not pay attention to what their outside looks like, because feelers are much about the outside. Thinkers are about the inside and what's going on the inside and the process that they're thinking about. And so sometimes that makes me go into this like not so nice face. I was trying to give you an example, even though I'm really excited to share it with you. So I have a tendency to do that. So that's one of those things over the course of my business that I really had to work on intentionally, with the smiles, and it also comes with building your confidence in this and just being genuine and in a better place in life than I was when I first started. But, you know, that's just one of those things, those skill sets that you have to develop as a salesperson in your Mary Kay business, because we were treating our businesses like businesses. Okay. So hopefully you guys took something away from tonight. I hope that the 12 commandments helped you in your close to give you just a little bit more confidence in it. I'm going to be posting the resources that I referenced in this document, or in this training, like the 7-point close and some of the other ones that I have. So I'll go ahead and post those for you guys so you have them all. But I really hope that you guys enjoyed our first beauty business meeting back together. I'm so excited. Please tell all of your team members, your power partners, to make sure that you join us next week live. And your code word is, hang on, make sure I've got this. Your code word, and I need you to text this to a different number, okay? So this is the number that you're going to text. It's our office line, by the way, if you guys don't know this. So it's 641-954-4450. Again, the number is 641-954-4450. And the code word is money. So text me money to just the word money, no exclamation points, no emojis, no nothing, just money, to 641-954-4450. So I am looking forward to next week. I hope that this training blessed you in your business. I'm so excited to hear from you. Any takeaways that you have, any more questions that you may have. I'm excited for our drawing next week on our next week's meeting. It's going to be awesome. The first one is always the best one, hint, hint. So make sure you get that code word into me as soon as possible. I hope you guys have a powerful week. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you all through the week and this next week. Love you.